Okay. If everything's working correctly, I should be live. Starting up a little early just to make sure that the stream is working correctly. Hello, everyone. Telling the Discord that we're doing the thing. How's everybody doing? Are we excited for another Nintendo Direct? Why did I say it in that voice? I don't know. It's like midnight where I am, and I got up at like 6 in the morning today because I don't know why. Because I couldn't sleep anymore. So, I'm a little wired. Chugging a monster. But I'll power through because I want to see the Goomba revealed as the last Smash Ultimate character. Or the blue-haired Fire Emblem swordsman. Only here for the 0% chance of Silk Song news. Yeah, I don't... There's not going to be any Silk Song. There's not going to be any Silk Song. There's probably not going to be any Breath of the Wild 2. There's not... Well, I'll be surprised if we hear anything about Bayonetta. It's like most of the things that people really, really want, I just don't think are gonna happen. There is a leak. I won't spoil it for people since that's apparently spoilers, but there has been a leak of a thing that I'm quite happy to see is coming, but, yeah. I really do hope for a new Fire Emblem game, because, like, it's been a few years, and it's like, it's about time now. Has it been more than a year? How long has it been since Three Houses? Jesus, I don't remember. Time is a construct. Yeah, it was 2019. It's been a couple of years. So, like, it's about time for a new Fire Emblem announcement. Birdly for Smash. No. People are hoping for a remake of an old Fire Emblem game. That would be nice. That would be nice. I wouldn't mind that. Like, the GBA Fire Emblem games, like, if they did, like, a remastered package of, like, all of those, that would be cool. How old am I? Oh god, too old. I am ancient, like, older than the stars. I was here before the first hot breath of life blasted into the universe, and I'll be here after it is gone. Will you play the Deltarune alternate route? Nope. No. And the reason why I won't is because it will make me feel very bad inside, and I don't want that. I have watched the alternate route, like, I've watched someone else's playthrough of it, so I know what happens in it, but I don't want to play it myself, because it just makes me miserable. I played the Undertale genocide route, like, I tried, and then I got to the point where I killed Papyrus, and I was just like, nope, no, I can't do this. I can't do this. No, I do not have the heart for, like, why would I put myself through this? No. Like, oh, hey, thanks, Sandra. Fiddlesticks in Smash. Yeah, no. I mean, I would, like, I would love to see a League of Legends character in Smash, but it's not going to happen because Riot is not going to give up the control. Like, yeah, because, like, if they ever put, like, a League of Legends character in Smash, it's going to happen after, like, League of Legends characters come to Fortnite. Like, Riot would have to give up some level of control over their IP, and they just haven't been willing to do crossovers, so... So, like, I don't think that's gonna happen. Yeah, it would be Yasuo, it'd be Ari, it would be Yasuo. Like, if there were to be a Smash crossover, it would be Yasuo, or it would be someone like... I don't know, Lux or something. Like, it would be one of the, like, the really iconic, like, the really popular characters. Do I like Metroid? Fucking love Metroid. I'm so hyped for Dread. Where's the video about the lore level up animations? I've never made one, so I think you may be misremembering that one, Xiao. Riot's own Smash game. Like, actually, yeah. Like, that's more likely. Well, they're working on their fighting game, but, like, I would consider it more likely for Riot to, like, make their own Smash-like, rather than license out their characters for Smash. And yeah, like, Jonathan, I'm hoping for Sora, too. Like, I really want Sora in Smash. I really... Like, it would be so good, but this never gonna happen because Sora is co-owned by Disney. And Disney are not gonna do that. Like, Disney are not gonna license that out. Like, it's not Square Enix alone who can decide where Sora goes, unfortunately. It's Disney have to be in on that licensing agreement as well, and that's... Like, licensing anything with Disney is a motherfucking nightmare. And I don't think Nintendo is ever gonna want to even get into... Like, I hope I'm wrong, but, like, I don't see Nintendo bothering to get into licensing hell with Disney for a character for Smash. Don't think it's gonna happen. I just want the Ruined King game. Yeah, you're not gonna hear anything about that here. Like, my sense of the Ruined King game is that it's been delayed. Intentionally, it got delayed by COVID, and then it got delayed by the massive Texas power outage over the winter, because Airship Syndicate is a Texan studio, and they got hit really hard by the collapse of the Texas power grid. And my sense now is that they've probably delayed it intentionally to make changes. Like, I think they're making changes to it because it's coming out after the Sentinel of Lights event, and they're gonna make changes and, like, maybe address some of the criticism from the Sentinels of Light event. Like, that's my sense of it anyways, that they're, like, since it's already been delayed so much, they just went, fuck it, let's just delay it longer and make it better. That's my sense of it. Oh, thank you, Dylan. Long time no super chat, just wanted to say I love you work, and Edelgard is my favorite Fire Emblem Three Houses character. Edelgard is the best one. She's the best one. Edelgard is, she's good. She's very well written. Yo, Brian! What the fuck? Haven't seen you in chat before, I think. Say hello to Brian, everybody. Brian Smalley is one of the people who runs Battle and Brew in Atlanta. If you're ever in Atlanta, go there, because excellent food. They have trivia nights. It's a fucking cool place. Claude is the best because he's hot. Yeah, I mean, valid, I suppose, but Edelgard, also very hot, also very good. What about Burning Three Houses? Well, she's cute, but, like, Edelgard is, like, wife material. Like, damn, what a woman. Dimitri's pretty great. Yeah, Dimitri has a good story. But, like, he's, like, also a fucked up little boy. Like, boy, poor kid. Like, he goes through some shit. Dorothea is the best. Dorothea rules. Like, Dorothea is, like, the only character in Three Houses who has class consciousness, and I like that. Like, she has, like, that Fire Emblem actually breached the subject of, like, hey, we spend a lot of time just hanging out with nobles and sort of buying into hereditary monarchy and shit. Maybe we should have a character who questions that a little bit, and that's really nice. What's my opinion on Pokemon Arceus? I want it. I want it so bad. I want it right now, is my opinion. Aurelion Sol in Smash? I mean, Sakurai would. My opinion on Disco Elysium, I haven't touched it yet. I haven't played it. I haven't, like, in my Steam account. I bought it the day it was released. And I just haven't touched it. Because I know that it's a game that's gonna require me to finish it. Like, I have to have the time to finish it, and I just haven't had the time to really sink into it and actually finish it. Hey, Shifu. Hello there. General Kenobi. 2B for Smash? No. That's not happening, unfortunately. Do you think the new Yumi skin is better than Academy? No, I think it's worse. Like, I don't really vibe with the pumpkin-headed cat thing. Like, it's cute, but it's like, I don't think it's a great skin, unfortunately. It's not the worst one she has. Although, actually... Well, shit, I've already made the short about Yumi's worst skin, but... I could argue that Bewitching is actually the worst one. Fuck. Am I gonna do that? No. Maybe? No. Maybe? No. Maybe? Nah. I could. Maybe I'll make an extra short about it. Do you find bewitching a bit boring this? Yeah. Like Fiora and Syndra are fine, but Nami, it's so fucking weird with bewitching that they made Nami, like they took Nami, who's like a fish creature, like a monster, and then they made her like a human. Like they just fully humanized her and put like a hat on her. And that to me is just like, but it's a Halloween skin. It's a Halloween skin. Why would you make her human for the Halloween skin? I don't get it. Like, that's such a weird fucking decision. Anything you're expecting from Deltarune? No, Bruno, like, I mean, I have my theories, and you might see some content on my channel about that at some point in the next couple of weeks, but boy, I don't expect anything from Deltarune, because I know that Toby Fox is gonna pull the rug out from under us like 15 times before that game is over. Shape of Water Nami would have been great. Yeah, like, that seems like the obvious thing. Will you be continuing the Bastard Sons of Bloodborne? Yes, I just need to finish this goddamn Sentinels of Light video first. Like, it's the Sentinels of Light video. That's the thing that's... I've been kind of blocked on it, and I've been having trouble with it, and I haven't been able to work on anything else. So I need to finish the goddamn Sentinels of Light, and then I can do some Bloodborne and do some other videos that I have been postponing. Okay, gonna kill the music now, because the direct is gonna start up any second. Have you played Omori? Nope. Mass Effect 3, James Fitzpatrick, is gonna happen once I'm done with Great Ace Attorney. I'll start up... Oh, wait, no, not Great Ace Attorney. Once I'm done with Skyward Sword, we'll start up Mass Effect 3. Will you touch on the Sentinels of Light visual novel? Yes, a lot. In fact, that's going to be the primary thing that I'm concerning myself with, because I think that's the core of why Sentinels of Light went wrong. Oh, here we go! I think it's the Smash character they start with. Or not? Okay. How's the audio levels, by the way? Let me know if it's too loud or too quiet. Castlevania? Monster Hunter? Yep, Monster Hunter. Okay. DLC, I guess, for Rise? I mean, hella Castlevania vibes there. They chose that well for, like, a Halloween. Yeah, DLC. Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. Okay, cool. Nice dragon. Maybe a little louder? Yes, we can do that. Okay, that's a nice place to start. You never got the appeal for Monster Hunter? Neither did I until I played it.
Hello everyone, I'm Yoshiaki Koizumi, and I'll be your guide for today's Nintendo Direct. What you just saw was the first trailer for Monster Hunter Rise, Sunbreak, the massive expansion for Monster Hunter Rise.
Massive expansion, you say?
Our friends at Capcom are working on many new elements that will enhance the experience for players of Monster Hunter Rise, including new stories, locales, monsters, and, although not touched on in the trailer, new hunting actions and quest rank. Monster Hunter Rise, Sunbreak, is scheduled to release as paid DLC in summer 2022.
Cool, I'll check that out. Like, I had a lot of fun with Monster Hunter Rise.
In the future.
Can I turn on subtitles?
Right.
Yes.
Let's see our first batch of Nintendo
Let's do that.
Switch
That's a good idea.
party during the day or at night. It's almost time to party in the Mario Party Superstars game. Along with Spaceland
automatic
and Peach's
captions?
birthday cake, several other boards make their return. Take a stroll around Woody Woods, but watch out for those Monty moles. They'll change the board's
Mario
direction
Party,
when you
I don't
least
really care
expect
about
it.
Mario Party that much.
Travel between 2 islands and Yoshi's Tropical Island. Toadette's got the star, but she might swap places with Bowser at the last second. Party day and night in Horrorland. That King Boo statue
I
is
do like the
harmless during
aesthetic
day,
of the Mario
but at
Party.
night, it'll swipe stars from unsuspecting players. Need a break from boards? Head to Mount Minigames and play in minigame-only courses. Compete against players worldwide for the longest win streak in survival. Or work together in the cooperative multiplayer tag match.
Okay,
Mount
why did it
Minigames will
freeze
have
there?
7 courses available. All boards and minigames support online play. So invite family, friends, and frenemies and get ready for the party of a lifetime. Mario Party Superstars launches on the Nintendo Switch system October 29th. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop. A new RPG is in the cards.
Oh?
Welcome to Voice of Cards.
Okay. Ooh, that's a really nice little monster design. That's cute.
At the Queen's behest, you'll set off on a fantastical journey to slay a fearsome dragon for honor and fortune. Everything in this realm is represented as cards, from the protagonists to shops, towns,
That's a nice art design.
and environments. In this fresh take on tabletop RPGs, you'll square off in turn-based card battles where your skills and a little bit of luck will determine the victor.
That seems nice and chill. Not very exciting, but like...
A spellbinding experience from the creative minds of Yoko Taro.
Of
and
course
Yosuke
it's Yoko
Saito
Taro. Of
is
course
about
it's
to
Yoko Taro.
unfold.
See, now I'm really interested, because like if he's writing...
Voice of Cards, The Isle Dragon Roars, launches on Nintendo Switch October 28th. Pre-orders
Now
and
I'm
a free
interested.
demo will be available
Shit,
today
now I'm
on
interested.
Nintendo eShop.
Because like he'll do something. Like he'll do some...
Become a hero or
Oh,
an
hey,
absolute
speaking of Disco
disaster
Elysium.
a human being. You awaken in a hotel room in the city of Revachol, devoid of your memories. Soon, you learn that you're a detective and get entangled in a strange murder case in the groundbreaking role-playing adventure Disco Elysium: The Final Cut. As you interrogate people and uncover clues, internal dialogues will begin. To investigate, you'll need the help of the 24 skills living within you. Your behaviors and available choices will change depending on how you develop these skills, directly impacting how the story progresses.
Gotta say, I
What sort
wouldn't
of
want to play that on
detective will you
console.
become? Disco Elysium: The Final Cut launches digitally on Nintendo Switch October 12th. The physical version of the game will launch early 2022. Pre-orders for the digital version begin today on Nintendo eShop.
Okay, cool. Nice.
Uncover more stories
Hey!
in Hyrule Warriors: Age
Finally.
of Calamity.
Oh, Hyrule Warriors is so good. Hello, Terraco. Adorable thing. Oh, shit. That seems bad. No, don't freeze now.
And about that courageous friend of yours, it seems I owe him as well.
The King of Hyrule must not fall!
You know, you're pretty good for a little kid.
We'd better partner up on this, don't you think?
They won't harm you.
Okay. That's interesting. Hyrule Warriors had one of the best Zelda stories in a long time. Just saying. And I mean specifically Zelda stories, not Legend of Zelda stories, but stories about Zelda. Hyrule Warriors has one of the best ones in the entire series. So, I'm hyped for this.
Take that! Clicks!
Time for the show. Oh yeah.
I am hyped for this. New story, right? New stages, blah, blah, blah. Sweet.
Ready, set, Chocobo! Start your engines and get set for a new racing experience. Race as familiar Final Fantasy characters like Chocobo and Gilgamesh to be the first across the finish line.
Okay. Final Fantasy card. Fair enough.
Edge out the competition by using Drift Boost to cut corners. Magical stones called Magicites are contained inside items.
Yeah, it's Mario
Collect
Kart,
these
I know.
throughout
Like,
courses to cast
it's
magic
Mario
like fire
Kart. Don't
and
try
arrow
and
to
be
blast away
cute. It's
opponents.
Mario Kart.
Acquire Magicites of the same element to cast even more powerful spells.
I wish the stream wouldn't freeze. Like, why does it do that?
Each racer also has a special ability. Use it at the right time to turn the tables. Engine customization
Yeah, well,
options
okay.
will be available, as well as local and online multiplayer.
I swear to God, stop doing that.
Up to 64 players can compete in a bracket-style
This looks like a
tournament
mobile
to
game that
determine
got
the racing
ported.
champion.
Like, looking at the graphics.
Chocobo
It's
GP
really not very
races
pretty.
exclusively
Like,
onto
especially compared
Nintendo
to a
Switch
Mario
next
Kart.
year.
What did you think? Before
Stream,
we show you our
please.
next video,
Okay, I'm just gonna pause it for a second.
we have some news about the last
Oh.
fighter for the Super Smash
Oh,
Bros.
here we go.
Ultimate
Here we go.
game.
Here we go.
Mr. Sakurai, the game's director, will reveal this fighter
Oh,
in the
okay.
final Mr. Sakurai Presents video on October
Cock
5th.
teased.
He'll
October.
also show you how to use this fighter, so please look forward to it.
Nope.
It's been about 3 years since the game was released. This will be the last presentation about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I hope you'll check it out.
No, the freezing persists. Okay, so that's a problem on
Please
YouTube's
take
side.
a look at this.
Very annoying. Wait, that looks familiar. Have I seen this before? Stop freezing. Hey, Kirby! Well, that's interesting. Oh, that's new. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. That's new for Kirby. Like, everything about this is pretty new for Kirby. I think that's his first real 3D game. Oh, God. Nintendo, YouTube, why? I'm just gonna quit the YouTube stream and hop over to Twitch to see if that's a little bit more stable. That's a gorgeous little game, though. That's interesting, because, like, Kirby games had gotten really stale for me. Because they are all just, like, they're all the same 2D adventure, basically, like, repeated over and over again. This looks interesting. This looks kind of new. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's some cool, cute animation. That's excellent. I like this. I like this. So Kirby was leaked ahead of time by Nintendo themselves, like they posted it on their release calendar. so people knew about this game before the Direct.
That was the trailer for Kirby and the Forgotten
Well,
Land.
I'm fucking up for that.
In this new game, you can freely move around in 3D areas using familiar Kirby moves. The
Kirby
setting
finally
also
getting his
appears
Mario
to be
64.
mysterious, filled with abandoned structures from a past civilization. What lies in store for Kirby? The
Post
game
a
is scheduled to release in
Kirby-lips.
spring 2022.
A Paw Kirby lips? Something
We
like
hope
that.
you look forward to Kirby's new adventure. Next, we have this to show you. Please take a look.
Ah, Animal Crossing stuff. It's about time. That game has needed a proper expansion for a while. Oh, hey, it's Brewster. Oh, okay. They're just announcing a Direct. Okay.
Since its launch in 2020, the Animal Crossing New Horizons game has been enjoyed by many players around the world. New free content will arrive in November. In preparation for its release, we will be airing an Animal Crossing New Horizons Direct in October. In it, we'll go over the content in more detail.
So they've now announced 2 future presentations, like Smash.
Please
Oh
be on the
no,
lookout
later.
for the
Animal
update
Crossing.
of this
Later.
presentation. Let's move on to more Nintendo Switch headlines.
Let's see.
2 games, 1 game update, and lots of fun.
It seems like this will be a pretty low-key Direct all around.
More free content is coming to the Mario Golf Super Rush game.
Yeah, they haven't really announced anything new.
Koopa Troopa
Like most of
enters the fairway
DLC
as a playable character.
and updates.
Dish
Maybe
out
they're
tricky
saving something
shots
for last.
And dashes to mess with the competition. Ninja will also be playable. Take advantage of Ninja's blinding speed to outpace opponents. 2 courses are also being added. These additions will come swinging in as a
But yeah,
free software update later today.
Not a very hype Direct so far.
What's
Oh,
this?
what?
An invitation.
Mickey for
You're
Smash!
invited
Oh,
to
no.
live in a magical world with Mickey Mouse and dozens of Disney characters. Spend time with Disney friends. Craft your
Am I gonna
own
get
whimsical
copyright claim for that
costumes and
music?
furniture, and explore delightful Disney-themed worlds. All downloadable content from the original Nintendo 3DS version is included.
Oh my god, it's a
Disney
3DS
Magical
port.
World
Jesus
2
Christ.
Enchanted Edition soars onto
Or, well,
Nintendo
the
Switch this
sequel,
holiday.
I guess.
A
Oh, there it
beloved
is!
Star Wars game is coming to Nintendo Switch. Blast off to captivating
Oh,
planets
okay.
and join forces with Jedi, droids, and outcasts in this blend of action, role-playing, and adventure.
I thought maybe they were, like,
Will you use
announcing,
the
like, the
Force for
remaster,
good,
but no.
or
It is
will you
just,
be lured to the dark side.
it's just an upscale, I think.
Your choices determine the galaxy's fate in Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic, launching on Nintendo Switch November 11th. Pre-orders
Yeah,
begin
just an
today
upscale with
on
better
Nintendo
textures.
eShop. There's one thing you must always remember. Stay human. This is the city, humanity's last stronghold against a virus that turns people into the undead. In the cloud version of
Dying Light,
2,
right.
Stay Human, you'll need to
And it's a
master
cloud
both
version, oh
parkour
no.
and tactical combat to survive in this brutal open-world
You really
action
need to
RPG.
improve your servers for that,
Explore
Nintendo.
alone, or with up to 3 other players in online co-op as you unravel the dark secrets of those in power during the day.
But
Then
yeah,
plunder
I
the
don't
layers
care
of
about
the
Dying Light.
infected at
I've
night.
never had any affinity
Your
for it.
decisions will shape the story, but they'll also have consequences. No matter where your actions lead you, there's one thing you must always remember. Stay human. While you're at it, take the prequel on the go in Dying Light Platinum Edition. Scavenge for supplies, craft weapons.
No,
and
I'm
face
good.
hordes
Like,
of the
that's the thing
infected
about Dying
in a
Light is, like,
post-apocalyptic
every time I
open
look at
world.
its systems,
Dying Light
it's
2
like,
Stay
this
Human
feels
cloud
like
version
every
launches
single
on
other
Nintendo Switch February
zombie
4th,
survival
2022.
crafting,
A
like
free
third,
demo
like
will also
first-person
launch the
action
same day on
platformer, like
Nintendo eShop.
all of that shit.
Dying
Like,
Light
it
Platinum
feels like
Edition
so many other
comes
games
to
that I've seen a
Nintendo Switch
million times
October
before.
19th. Pre-orders
Like on
begin
Steam
today
Greenlight.
on Nintendo eShop.
so I can't really get excited. Oh, okay, here we go.
Morality,
Triangle
or
strategy.
Liberty. In Triangle Strategy, a fiery chronicle of war presented in stunning HD 2D.
My apologies.
Your actions will lead you through a riveting story that changes based on the decisions you make.
Oh, I'm so
In the
hyped for
end,
this.
Where will your conviction guide you?
You have gone to the one place I cannot follow.
In response to the survey about the demo released in February of this year, the game has been fine-tuned with a focus on elements that received lots of feedback. These include adjustments to the difficulty, improvements to on-screen visuals, camera angle controls, the ability to review previous dialogue,
That wasn't in there before?
and streamlined game flow and loading times. More details
I'm
are
really
now
hyped for
available
this.
on Nintendo.com.
Like, is the closest thing we're going to get to a Final Fantasy Tactics.
Triangle Strategy will launch on Nintendo Switch
March 4th. Nice.
2022.
And it's so pretty. It's so
Orders
pretty.
begin today
Oh, that
on
like
Nintendo
that
eShop.
HD pixel art style that they've developed for like Octopath Traveler. Ooh, gorgeous. Oh, there's the Dread trailer. Do I want to watch it or do I want to go in spoiler free? I can't fucking believe that Dread is real.
You are faced with overwhelming power. Your highest priority should be simply to survive.
I can't believe that Dread is real. Like, this fucking meme of a game. And it looks so good. Oh, I'm excited for this. I am excited for Dread.
There may be a very small opportunity.
Is that Mother Brain? No.
Don't let your guard down.
Speed booster? Yes. Oh, Various suit is back. Oh, that's Kraid. What the hell is he doing there? Evil Choso? Yep. And the Emmy. Why is it a meme? It's a game that's been rumored for like
Samus Aran,
decades.
the most powerful bounty hunter in the galaxy, embarks on a new mission to the uncharted planet ZDR.
Like, it was way purveyor for ages.
Confirm whether the deadly X-parasite still exists, and figure out why the Emmy research robots in search of it have mysteriously gone dark.
Aw, visuals look so good.
Readings reveal that planet ZDR is divided into multiple environments, each with its own elements and organisms.
Oh, the graphics are so good.
Remnants of the mighty Chozo civilization are also scattered throughout, including evidence that the Chozo may have once called the planet their home. Visit Metroid.Nintendo.com to read Metroid Dread Report Volume 8 for a detailed account of the terrain and life forms you may encounter in
Sky
the
you said
Metroid
way purveyor.
Dread
Yeah, I know. I'm
game.
Danish.
Be sure to view the
V's
other
and W's,
Metroid
man.
Dread
They're
reports
hard.
there as well.
For me.
You'll want to prepare yourself for the dangers that lie ahead.
God, it looks
Metroid
pretty.
Dread launches on Nintendo Switch.
Ah, give it to
October.
me!
Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop.
I want it! I want it so bad.
How was that? Up next, we have news about Nintendo Switch Online. Many people have
Okay,
been
you're gonna
using
give us
Nintendo
the
Switch Online
Nintendo
since
64
it
games or
launched in
not?
September 2018. In addition to the current membership, we'll be adding a new membership plan.
Okay, that was rumored. You need to add new content to
As
that.
part of this new plan's content,
64 games. Okay, excellent. Because if they want to justify people paying more for that
you'll
service,
be able to play a collection of Nintendo 64 games.
like they need to add like
The
real
Nintendo 64
content
system
to that
launched
shit.
25 years ago. I think this system gave many players their first 3D gaming experiences, as well as intense 4-player multiplayer action. With Nintendo Switch, up to 4 people can play select Nintendo 64 games locally or online.
Online multiplayer, good.
Also, with this new membership plan, in addition to the Nintendo 64 games,
Tell us the price though. Oh, okay, that's actually a nice little value add.
You can play a collection of games from Sega's Genesis system. This means you'll be able to play these classic games whenever and wherever you'd like. The new plan will include all elements of the base Nintendo Switch Online
Yeah, but what'll it
membership,
cost?
as well as the ability to play the included Nintendo 64 and Genesis games. This is Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack.
Yeah. Give us the price.
This new membership plan will be added in late October.
You're not going to tell us?
Of course, you'll still be able to continue using the existing plans.
Not going to tell us the price.
Also, those who have an existing
I
membership
don't
plan can
trust
change
that.
over to the new plan. We'll share more details about this new membership plan at a later time, including the exact release date and pricing information.
Yeah.
For
Later
now,
time.
however,
Yeah.
We'd like to announce the games that will be available when it launches.
Okay. That's not...
You'll be able to
Okay.
play the Nintendo 64 game shown here.
Motherfucker, fucking Nintendo. Like, Nintendo, you assholes. Like, that whole
well
thing
as
about, like,
these
oh, we'll
Genesis
give you a
games.
small, like, releasing games
We'll also continue
over
adding
time
more
for it.
Nintendo
It's
64 games such as
bullshit.
The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask and
It's
F-Zero
just
X,
ROMs.
as
You
well
can
as
just
other
upload the
Nintendo
ROMs. It's an
64 and
emulator.
Genesis games going forward.
What do you mean plan for future release? You can literally just copy them on there and they'll work. Like, don't bullshit
Furthermore,
us.
We've prepared Nintendo 64 and Genesis controllers to ensure the games can be played with the same style of controls from their original releases.
I do want those though. Fuck.
Both can be used wirelessly.
I do want those though.
These controllers will be available
50
for
bucks
purchase
each,
by
fuck
any
you,
Nintendo
but-
Switch Online
I do
member.
want a 64 controller though. I do want it.
We hope you'll look forward to this
I do
new
want it.
membership
Fuck,
plan.
they have me by the balls.
Nintendo Switch
I do want a
Online
64
plus
controller.
expansion pack. Let's see a few more Nintendo Switch headlines.
There's plenty to
Fuck
play
you,
in these
Nintendo.
collections.
Why do you own my nostalgia?
Cyberpunk meets fantasy in
Hi,
this
Shadowrun.
three-game collection of cult classic RPGs. As a Shadowrunner mercenary, you'll explore a dystopian future where magic has
Shadowrun
reawakened
isn't a
and
cult
fantasy
classic.
creatures
Like,
have
the
come back to
SNES
life.
game is a cult classic.
Immersive branching narratives, skill-based character growth,
But those games came
and
out
gripping
like, what,
turn-based tactical combat await
13 or
in
something? Like,
Shadowrun
they're not
Trilogy,
cult classics.
launching on Nintendo Switch next year. The perpetual struggle
there it
against
is.
Count Dracula continues. Castlevania Advance Collection brings together 4 classic Castlevania games with deathly beautiful graphics and hauntingly epic music. The Rewind, Quick Save, and button mapping features will also
Nice.
ramp up your fight against evil. All regional versions of each game,
Oh.
as well as a gallery mode with never-before-seen artwork, are included. Castlevania Advance Collection launches
It's
on
weird
Nintendo
that-
Switch later today.
That, like, Rondo of Blood is in there, because that never released on the...
An almighty
Advance.
classic returns.
Wait. ActRaiser? What? What? What the fuck? ActRaiser?
The classic Super NES game ActRaiser returns on Nintendo Switch, now remastered in HD. As the Lord
Oh,
of Light
okay.
and Almighty God, only you can save mankind from the forces of Tanzra, the
What the
Lord
hell?
of Dark. You'll wage war in 2 phases. First, strike down monsters in the side-scrolling action phase to liberate the
I
lands
did not
from
see
the
that coming.
grasp of
It's
evil.
not looking very
Master
good, though.
swordsmanship and magic to vanquish all who stand in your path.
Like, it looks kind of like a cheap
Then,
remaster,
cultivate
but...
the lands you've liberated in the world-building creation phase.
But damn.
It's up to you to decide which
ActRaiser.
structures will be destroyed to make way
did
for
not
new
see that
ones,
fucking
creating
coming.
a flourishing civilization. As you do so, your powers will increase, giving you an edge in both phases. Alternate between the original and rearranged versions of the beloved soundtrack and enjoy brand new music.
Oh yeah, that's some
New
cheap-ass
stages and new
3D.
boss battles also await. ActRaiser Renaissance
okay.
descends onto Nintendo Switch later today.
Okay. That came out of nowhere.
new chapter
Hey,
is
okay,
about
yeah, so
to
Deltarune is
unfold.
coming to Switch. No surprise there. Toby. Okay. What are we montaging through here? Milestone, Hot Wheels Unleashed. Okay, don't care about that. Surviving the Aftermath. Oh, right. I remember that one. Never could get interested in it. Shin Megami Tensei 5. Yeah, digital pre-orders begin today. Fair enough. Don't care. I'll care once it releases, but pre-orders not so much. Wreckfest, no, fuck off. Oh, Arcade Archives. Oh yeah, I guess they were gonna bring that over eventually. Rune Factory 5. I have Stardew Valley though, so I'm good.
How's everything? There are still a few more announcements in today's Nintendo Direct.
Koizumi-san.
Oh, Miyamoto-san.
Oh shit!
What brings you in?
I wanted to make an announcement,
It's
so
Uncle
I was
Shigeru.
hoping I could step in.
Oh, of course.
Hi everyone, I'm Shigeru Miyamoto. We previously announced that I have been working with the Hollywood movie studio Illumination and its CEO
Oh, we're getting some
and
news about the
producer,
movie.
Chris Meledandri-san, who are known for movies like Despicable Me and Sing in making a full-length animated Mario movie for the big screen.
Are you gonna show us some?
Today, I wanted to announce its theatrical release timing. Ta-da!
Okay, holiday next year.
The movie will be released in theaters in holiday 2022.
It's had a pretty
The
long
release date
production
for North
cycle.
America is on December 21st and will be announcing release dates for Japan, Europe, and other regions at a later timing. It'll be a while longer until we can share a glimpse of Mario in action on the big screen. But today, I also wanted to reveal our key cast members who will be voicing
the
Mario
voice
and his
actors.
friends
Now that's
in the movie.
interesting.
What?
No!
Is Mario,
No!
who will be
No!
played by Chris Pratt.
You can't do that!
He's so cool.
You can't do that!
Mario will be talking
Fuck
a
you!
lot in the
No!
movie. Please look forward to Mario as performed by the very talented Chris
No! Okay,
Next,
that's fine.
Princess Peach
But
will be played by
Chris
Anya
Pratt is
Taylor-Joy.
Mario? Fuck off!
I can't
No!
wait to see a very spirited Princess Peach.
No! No!
Mario's little brother Luigi will be played by Charlie
Okay, that's
Day.
kind of weirdly
I'm
okay.
excited for you to see this.
That's
timid
I kind
sibling
of
appear
weirdly
on
like
screen.
that. I like that in a weird way.
Bowser will be
Okay,
played
I'm
by
on board
the
with
one
that.
and only
That's
Jack
that's
Black.
cool. I'm on board with that.
I'm expecting
I'm on
a
board with
monster
that.
performance
I am
by Jack
fully
Black.
on board with this.
The comedian Keegan-Michael
Okay.
Key will be playing Toad. I'm
Okay.
looking forward to
Keegan-Michael
great
Key is
comedic
Toad.
moments.
Fair enough.
Even though this is a Mario movie,
Oh, fuck
Donkey
off.
Kong will also be making an appearance.
Really? Seth Rogen is Donkey
By
Kong?
Seth Rogen.
What the fuck is this meme
I'm
of a
eager for you
movie?
to see a humorous Donkey Kong by Seth's son.
What? What the fuck?
And of course, Charles Martinet, who has voiced Mario and many
Yeah, he
more
better
Nintendo
be in the
characters
fucking
our
movie.
games
Like, you
over
better
the
give him that
years,
screen credit.
is also involved and will be appearing in surprise cameos in the movie.
Jack Black for Bowser is like, that's good.
We also have more incredible talent
Comment-
joining the film
okay.
to play some of our other beloved
Fred
characters.
Armisen is Cranky Kong? Okay.
That is all I can share with you
All
today
right.
about the Mario
What the
movie.
fuck is this movie?
This is a very collaborative project between Illumination
is
and
this
Nintendo.
movie?
We've all been coming up with all sorts of ideas, and I myself am enjoying a creative process that is a little bit different from making games. It may be a while until we can share more updates, but I hope you look forward to it. Koizumi-san, back to you.
Fuck is this movie?
Please look forward to Mario's adventure jumping into the world of motion pictures. Next, we'd like to show you this.
Okay. Hey, Splatoon. Okay, good. Splatoon, let's calm down. Chris Pratt is Mario. Oh my god. It's gonna be a train wreck. It's either gonna be a train wreck or it's gonna be fucking amazing somehow. Like, somehow it's gonna be completely fucking amazing. Or it's gonna be a train wreck. Either way, it's gonna be great. Oh my god. Oh, Lord. Some really fucking cool powers on display, though. Oh, Ninja Squid. That rules. Man, I should get back into Splatoon. Like, I never really got into Splatoon 2. Kind of missed out on it. Why do you have hair? Tentacles with hair, I don't like that. Ooh, Upside Down City. Some really cool aesthetics. Like, the visual universe for Splatoon is so unique. And so cool and so stylish. Like, I really love the aesthetic art direction of those games. So that'll be the single-player missions. Like, there's really nothing else that looks like Splatoon nowadays. Like, it's sort of the inheritor of, like, those experimental, like, Dreamcast games, like Space Channel 5 and, Jet Set Radio. Like, that, I feel like that's sort of the lineage of the aesthetic of Splatoon. What? Oh, it's the Splatoon Labs guy.
I'm a researcher from the Squid Research Lab. I've been meticulously studying the mysterious squids that can transform into humanoid form. What you just saw was the latest research footage from Splatoon 3. Allow me to share a bit of what we know so far. Splatoon 3 takes place in Splatsville. It's known as the City of Chaos. Centered around Splatsville are the Splatlands, a place long inhabited by advanced sea creatures such as squids and octopuses. Buildings spanning several generations are crammed into the city, creating its distinctive culture. In the Splatlands, turf war appears to be a popular activity. Its basic rules are unchanged. 2 4-player teams compete against each other to ink the most area. However, the trend seems to have undergone a major shift, with the existence of new main and special weapons confirmed in the footage. In the latter portion of the footage, we were able to observe activities from Story Mode, the single-player campaign.
Return of the mammalians.
Meaning, the reappearance of mammals appears to be the theme of Story Mode this time around. What could this possibly mean in a world where all mammals, except for 2 cats, have vanished? It appears that there's still a lot to uncover.
Chris Pratt as Mario is definitely Skyne's villain origin story. It might be.
And keep you updated once
fuck
more
is that
results
movie?
become available.
Like, what is that movie?
Please
What
look
is it?
forward to more.
The hell?
Splatoon 3. Updates to come. See you next time.
So, what did you think?
It's one thing left.
Splatoon 3, taking place in a new world, is
We have
scheduled
5
to release
minutes.
in 2022. Please look forward to future updates. Okay, this is the last trailer we have to show you today. Please
Better
take
be
a look.
big. Better be something cool. Oh! Wait, what?
HQ 接敵した距離50対象は北東に向かって移動中遅れこちら本部了解した作戦を開始せよ了解打撃用意撃て
That, I remember that font.
対戦車砲用意撃て HQ 対象は3つ効果は見られない理解効果は見られない
Yep. There we go. Guess who?
Bad boy.
Damn, girl!
It seems I'm unfashionably late.
Yes, you
but
are.
I'm ready to give you everything you want.
Damn, the braids and shit. Like, she's rocking a little bit of that gothic Lolita style. Frickin' took you long enough, Platinum. Like, I knew when I saw the font, but I didn't want to spoil it for anyone. Yeah, she's doing a little bit of like an idol thing here. Okay, that rules. Kaiju battles. And like she's controlling it by dancing. That's pretty rad. Oh. Hail. It's about time. Yep, that's platinum. That definitely looks platinum. Sweet. 2022. We have no idea when, but 2022. Oh, hang on. Well, who do we have there?
What you just saw was the latest trailer for Bayonetta 3. We announced this game in 2017, and we thank you for your patience. This game will launch next year. We hope you look forward to Bayonetta's new encounters.
Yeah, that looked very Virgil, but it's not Virgil because they don't own the rights
That's
to him.
all for today's Nintendo Direct.
But it's definitely a Virgil. Like, it's a Virgil type. But it's not actually Virgil. Like, but it's probably the Virgil of this game. Okay. No Smash. No additional removal. No Smash. They announced another stream on the 5th of October where Sakurai will show off the new fighter. But no actual, like, it was a pretty low-key direct all around. Like, not really a lot of new announcements. Not a lot of new anything. Mostly just like DLC updates, some indie games, like ports coming to the platform. Yeah, no Donkey Kong, no nothing. The big new thing was Bayonetta. And then also that completely fucking bonkers, insane, what the fuck are they doing cast for the Mario movie. Keegan-Michael Key as Toad? Chris Pratt as Mario? What the fuck? Yeah, 3D Kirby, right? But that was leaked before the stream, so it kind of didn't register as a big thing for me. But fucking Chris Pratt Mario, I don't, and it's fucking Illumination, like the Minions people are making the movie, which like I don't. What the fuck is this movie gonna be? What's this even gonna look like? Like. What the fuck is that movie gonna look like? What? I'm just lost for words. I don't understand what that movie's gonna be. I don't get it. I do not comprehend. They need a big name actor for the role, otherwise no one would watch it. Yeah, I mean, that's the state of modern, like, kids animation, is that, like, the way that modern kids animation tends to work is that the studio will pull in, like, some big name actors for the voice roles, and that'll be the thing that convinces the parents to go and see the movies, like, to go and bring their kids to the movie. Okay, like, because this actor I like is in the role, so maybe it'll be a little bit funny or something. Like, that's sort of part of the business model of those animated features. But the thing about this is, like, the Mario movie is not like a typical, because, like, they announced this thing like a couple of years ago. Like, it's more than a couple of years. Like, it's been a long time since they announced the Mario movie. Like, it's been a long time since they announced it. And what's unusual about that is, like, when it comes to these, like, sort of shovelware animated features, like, usually they have a pretty short turnaround time with a lot of crunch. And they're generally not, like, worked on for, like, half a decade before they come out. Like, they tend to release on, like, a relatively quick schedule. So it's a little bit unusual that like the Mario movie has taken so long, and that tells me that Nintendo has been, like, hands-on with quality controlling on this thing, which tells me that, like, okay, maybe Miyamoto has something in mind. Like, maybe Miyamoto has actually had some actual creative control over this thing, and it won't be just like a fucking Minions movie. But then that voice cast just tells me, like, no, this is a fucking Minions movie because there's a bunch of celebrities that make no goddamn sense for any of the characters except Jack Black as as Bowser. But yeah, it's a very strange I don't understand it. It's a very I'm through my 5th run in Disco Elysium. It's such a great game. Please consider it. I will play it someday, Paul. I will play it someday. Believe me. But yeah, like I don't know what to think about that Mario movie. I don't know what to think about it. Because, like, what the fuck? Like, I was expecting, like, that for Mario, that they'd go with someone like fucking, like, someone who had, like, a little bit more age and gravitas. But Chris Pratt, like, when he plays characters in the animated movies, he plays, like, the young, enthusiastic, sort of naive dude. Like, that's his casting. Like, and he's tried to break out of that, but that's who he is. Like, as an actor, is like, he's the young, sort of silly, kind of naive, slightly dumb dude. Like, that's his typecast. And so casting him as Mario is like, what are you gonna have him do? That's and Charlie Day as Luigi is like, I mean, that makes a little more sense because Luigi is like the neurotic, cowardly, sort of like scaredy cat younger brothers. Like, okay, I guess that sort of makes sense. And, like, Jack Black as Bowser, fine. I can, like, he can definitely pull that shit off. But then I don't, like, I don't understand. Like, what are they gonna do with Mario? And like, I think Minshew in chat is gonna be correct. Like, it's gonna be Mario's origin story. It's gonna be Mario as, like, a teenager. Like, it's gonna be teenage Mario. And Donkey Kong is there, and Cranky Kong are there also for some reason. I don't know what the fuck. Like, I do not know. I don't know. Yeah, I wonder what Chris Pratt's Mario voice was. It'll just be Chris Pratt's voice. Chris Pratt does not do impressions. He does not do accents. He has one voice, and that's the one voice he uses. So Mario's voice is gonna be Chris Pratt. Like, I've heard the guy try to voice act. He's not great at it. Like, he can't really disappear as a voice. You know when Chris Pratt is voicing a character, and it's gonna be like, yeah, I mean, Kiyoshi, at least we didn't get James Corden. At least they didn't put James Corden in it. That's something. I mean, either way, like, whether the movie is going to be a out-of-the-blue genius masterpiece because Miyamoto somehow fucking pulled it out of his ass, who knows, or whether it's a complete fucking disaster, I'm seeing it in theaters. Like, I am definitely seeing it in theaters. I need to see this for myself. Oh, God. Can he do a Brooklyn accent? I don't think so. Maybe. Maybe he can. I don't know. But, like, Chris Pratt has never struck me as an actor with a lot of voice range. Good grief. Good grief. So yeah, like that was a low-key smash. Like we got Bayonetta 3, that was the big one. We got the new Kirby game, which I'm really interested in. There was Yoko Taro's card game. Like he made a card-based RPG, which is interesting. I wonder how he's gonna fuck around with that. Where's Peel in the Mario movie? He's playing Toad. Keegan, Peel, right? That's Keegan-Michael Key, not Peel. Yeah, Jordan Peele isn't in it, as far as I can see. And outside of that, it was mostly just DLC updates and ports. Like there's a Monster Hunter DLC that I'm interested in, and like this triangle strategy, but like there was no really big announcements. There just weren't. Like we got 2 announcements of future streams. Like we've got here like the final Mr. Sakurai Presents for Super Smash Brothers Ultimate was like the 5th of October, where we will see the last fighter, which is probably gonna be a big deal then, like if they're doing a whole thing. And we got an announcement of an Animal Crossing Direct to specifically talk about that game. So news about news, as W Tile points out in the chat. And then not a lot of big announcements. Like mostly just updates on games we knew about already and ports and shit like that. Oh yeah, the Castlevania GBA collection is good. Like that's a nice thing to have. Deltarune Part 2 was kind of hyped too. Well, I mean, we've all already played it, like so I don't know. Was that a new Metroid trailer? Wasn't that a Metroid trailer they'd already released before? I feel like I recognized a lot of it. But yeah, Bayonetta finally, like we know Bayonetta is coming in 2022. We don't know when in 2022. Like it could be Christmas 2022. It could be like who knows? Like Platinum has already kind of delayed that game a lot, so who knows when that's going to be coming out. But yeah, not a lot to get excited about. Just, I'm still stuck on fucking Chris Pratt as Mario. I am stuck on Chris Pratt as Mario. I don't understand. Like, what the fuck is this movie gonna be? And it has Donkey Kong and Cranky Kong and Spike in it? What the fuck is Spike doing there? And Kamek is also there. Like, but no Yoshi, apparently? Or maybe Yoshi's just not gonna have a voice actor? I don't... Like, fucking go back in time 12 hours and tell someone that Chris Pratt is gonna be announced as the voice actor for Mario. Like, just fucking try and leak, like, go back, like, 48 hours and try and leak that ahead of the fucking Direct. Try and leak that on Reset Era or something. You get laughed out of the fucking room. But no, Chris Pratt is Mario. Oh, fucking hell. Who is Spike? Yeah, well, I can't fucking rewind on one of these, so... Let's see if we can find it. Oh, hang on. Do they put that up as a separate thing? No, they don't. Right. Let's see if we can find it. Wait, no, that's the E3 Direct. Fuck. Hang on. Past live streams. Nope, they've unlisted it. They have completely deleted it. What the dick? There we go. Okay, let's see. Mario movie, where are you? Here we are.
Is Mario, who will be played by Chris Pratt. He's so cool. Mario will be talking a lot in the movie.
He's not so cool. Chris Pratt isn't cool.
To Mario as performed by the very
He's never been cool in his life.
Next, Princess Peach will be
I don't know Anya Taylor-Joy.
I can't wait to see a very spirited
But like, she looks the part.
Peach.
Like, I don't know. She probably has the voice for it.
Mario's little brother,
Charlie Day is
will be
Luigi.
played by Charlie
Like,
Day.
that makes sense. Like, somehow that makes
I'm excited
sense.
for you to see this timid sibling
Somehow
appear on
that
screen.
makes sense to me. Charlie Day is Luigi. That makes sense to me somehow. And Jack Black is
will be
Bowser.
played by the one and only
Objectively a
Jack
great
Black.
call.
I'm
Objectively a
expecting
great
a
casting.
monster
Like, if
performance by
Bowser
Jack's
has
son.
to talk, he should talk like Jack Black. That makes sense. And then Keegan-Michael Key is
will be
Toad.
playing Toad.
Because,
I'm
yeah,
looking forward
sure.
to great comedic moments.
Let's just have him talk like this the whole
Even
movie.
though this is a Mario movie,
And then Seth
Donkey
Rogen is
Kong
Donkey
will also be
Kong.
making an
Which, again,
appearance.
is like a thing that
He will be
weirdly
played by
somehow
Seth
makes
Rogen.
sense, but it's also really
I'm eager
stupid.
for you to see a humorous Donkey Kong by Seth's son.
Like, I don't. And they give Charles Martinet cameos. Like, he's gonna probably voice like 15 supporting like side characters and shit. And they better give him a lot of roles. Like Martinet, for being shafted for the Mario voice part, which was his, like that belonged to him. They'd better give him like 14
Voiced
billion
Mario
cameos in
and
that
many more
goddamn
Nintendo
movie.
Characters in our games over the years is also involved and will be appearing in surprise cameos in the movie.
This feels like a big shitpost. Yeah, it feels like a shitpost, right? But then we have here Spike. And if I remember correctly, it was a Game & Watch, wasn't it? I'm trying to look for it. Because if I remember correctly, wasn't he from like Let's see if we can find him. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. There he is. There he is. Foreman Spike. That's what he's called. This is Foreman Spike. And he is from, what was it called? Wrecking Crew? Or... Yeah, Wrecking Crew 98. Which is one of the early games that like Mario showed up in. This one right here. Like, he's a very, very deep cut for Mario. Like, a really, really deep cut for the franchise. And so it's, like, really fucking weird to have him show up. Because and that's the thing that makes me think that this is probably going to be a Mario origin story. Is because Spike is such a deep cut from, like, way back in Mario's past. Like, this is from 1985. This is before the first Mario Brothers game. Like, this is, like... I think it's, like, after Donkey Kong. Like more or less directly after that. Where he was, like... I think it was, like, the secondary player character. Yeah, like, or no, he's not. He's like an antagonist, actually, something like that. Like it's a game about collecting coins. I can't remember it, but yeah, that's Spike, who's in this movie apparently, which is a strange. Yeah, it's not the little green Spike. No, it's a very, very, very deep cut from Mario's past, which is weird. It's also weird that Kevin Michael Richardson is voicing Comic, because like Comic's voice in the games has always been like they've always been very, very, very high pitched.
Incredible talent joining the film to play some of our other beloved characters. That is all I can share with you today about the Mario movie. This is a very collaborative.
I'm sure it's not the green guy, because like look at the icon. Look at the icon next to the name. Like that's Foreman Spike. That's not the green guy. So yeah. This is weird. This is weird. This is weird. This is weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's why are they doing this? It's weird. I don't get it. Yeah, like, matey, it feels like a prank. Like, this feels like a shitpost someone would, like, fake leak on 4chan kind of bullshit. Fucking Chris Pratt. Oh, my God. Okay, well, yeah. Yeah, that's just the thing. Let's rewatch that Bayonetta trailer, shall we? That must be on the fucking actual... Just to remind ourselves that it's real. And they're teasing it so hard. Like, look, you've got the Peeve Platinum right over here, you got 101, which notice that it's kind of hard to see, but it's Wonder 101. So Wonderful 101. So like they're teasing really heavily. Platinum, PE Tech, the big P. Like it's they're shouting it from the rooftops. This is P, this is Platinum, this is like this is us. Here we are, we're doing the thing. And like if you didn't know it then, you'd know it by the font, because that is the Bayonetta subtitle font. But the monsters are interesting because like they don't seem to be drawn either from like demons or angels this time. It's more of a sort of techno goo kind of situation. So I wonder what the story is going to be with those things. Maybe they're a little bit more like Oni, actually, in their way. Like some parts of the design, anyway. Maybe you shouldn't stand in punching range and shoot at it. Just a thought, your soldier boys. And then the P for Platinum again. And the fake out. And then witch time.
Bad boy.
And I mean, my girl is looking good. That's a very different look for her too, because like we had like the sort of beehive, like very very tall braid thing, Eiffel Tower thing that she had in the first game. Then we went all the way over like sort of like your lesbian aunt, kind of short hair territory, like sort of pixie cut. And now she's like in full, like she's got these braids going on, like this dress thing, and she's doing like idol moves basically. Like, this is a very different kind of femme there. I like it. Like I like that it's different. And her animations are like different too. Like there's a lot of different vibes to like just the way she's animated. Like she's always been a dancer. Like her animation has always been very dancerly, but this is like extra. Like this is very, very, very dancer. And like with idol stuff, like that looks like sort of like idol dance moves. Like that's style of choreography. Insofar as I can tell anyway, I'm not that familiar. Which I think is cool. Like that's a cool thing to draw on, especially for Bayonetta, who's like often like whose style and aesthetic is so bounded in like high fashion a lot of the time, to sort of bring that idea of like her using dance moves to control monsters like that. That's really cool. Like that's a great way to bring variety to the thing. And it looks like a very different thing, because like original Bayonetta games were much more sort of in their environment design like Devil May Cry-ish. And this feels like, I mean, this is presumably some kind of big battle, and I guess there'll be like more traditional exploration, but like that's a very different vibe and a very different gameplay loop than like we've seen in Bayonetta before. So that's cool. Like it's cool that they're doing new shit with her. And not just doing, like, Bayonetta 2 again. Now, let's see about that Virgil. Because it ain't Virgil. I'll bet you that it's the Sean, or something like that, but... Okay. Show up, buddy. Because, like, that is not the Yamato. But, like, they're clearly... Like, they know what they're doing. Like, they're teasing this as though this is, like, the Virgil to Bayonetta's Dante. But, like, it ain't Virgil, but it's something that's riffing on the same idea. And this presumably will be the recurring antagonist character that we'll have some, like, cool duels with over the course of the game. But it ain't Virgil. It would be very cool. Like, a crossover between Devil May Cry and Bayonetta is, like, would be the thing to do. Like, that would be the thing that makes us all cream our pants, but Not gonna happen. Evil stepsister? Yeah, something like that. And then post-apocalypse Kirby, which is a weird combination of words as well. That's the other thing is like, because like Kirby games, usually you're exploring a fantasy kingdom. Like usually you're exploring some kind of fantasy magic land, going to some faraway place where there's a prince and some wizards that are doing magic stuff or something. But now it's Kirby washing up on a beach in like a post-apocalyptic cityscape. That's a really... I was not expecting Breath of the Wild, no. I really wasn't. Like, that's really new. Like, aesthetically, that's a very new place for Kirby to go. And it's weird. Like watching him run through, like, a abandoned shopping mall is weird. Like, you don't belong there, Kirby. What are you doing? And yet, I'm really excited for this, actually. Like, I'm really excited for this. Because it's about time that Kirby got to be full 3D. Like, it's about time. Because, like, the 2D games are fine. A lot of them were just way too easy and kind of kiddie for me to really enjoy them. But, like, adding the third dimension... like, that adds something to it, you know? I don't think it's going to be a difficult game by any means. Because Kirby games never are, and they don't have to be. But like this at least feels like it's not the same Kirby game that I've already played like 1,500 times. Which is how I felt with like, what was it called? Star Allies? Or Dream... whatever. The last one. And yeah, it's coming relatively soon, spring 2022. There's going to be like a January Direct or something that like shows more of that gameplay. And I wouldn't expect to see more of Breath of the Wild 2 until... yeah, like until early 2022, frankly. Before I think we see any more of that. Because they showed Breath of the Wild 2, and they were clearly, like, Breath of the Wild 2 is clearly a game that they want to keep under wraps. Like, they don't want to give away what the game is about until like, the absolute last minute. So, like, I'm not surprised that they didn't show any more than what they did. Did we get a date for the Smash reveal? Yes, that's October 5th. Not October 10th, it's October 5th. Sakurai will do presumably a big celebratory sort of last Smash Ultimate stream. Have I played the original Chocobo Racing? Yeah, in Final Fantasy VII. But yeah, that was it, apparently. Again, not a very hype direct, like a very sort of downbeat, low-key affair. Which is weird, because like you would expect them to start... at this point, they would start laying the groundwork for, like, their holiday releases, but I'm guessing we're going to have a direct, like, closer to the holidays, sort of properly teasing all the stuff that's going to be released for that period. Two good reveals and solid 20 minutes of memory leak brought out Wave and then Bayou 3. Yeah, that's a way to... That's a way to characterize it. Tushnaishte Urlanik Thon Orgun Triumphantor. I am excited for the Nintendo 64 and Genesis games. Yeah, I mean, I'm holding my hype for that until I see the price of the expanded online pass. Like, until I see the price of that expansion pack, I'm not gonna get excited for that. I will probably buy the 64 controller just because... like, that was the first console that I owned that was mine. Like, only mine. I didn't have to share it with my siblings. I have so much nostalgia, like, tied to the Nintendo 64. I'm gonna want that controller. I'll hate myself, but I want it. So I'm definitely gonna buy it, unfortunately. Like, I am lost. You cannot save me from that particular fate. And I'm excited for Triangle Strategy too. Yeah, like, I want to see more of it. Like, they haven't really shown... Like, I'm remember when they first showed it? Like, the first time they showed it was like, oh, yes, we have this game. The code name is Triangle Strat. Like, that's the temporary name. Like, it's not going to be the final name. It's a temporary name. We're not going to use it for the final name. It's not going to happen. Everyone just memed on them like, yeah, they're going to call it Triangle Strategy. That's what it's going to be called. That's the only thing they're going to call it. They're not going to change the name. And lo and behold, much the same as Octopath Traveler was like a working title, and then they just kept it. But yeah, I'm excited for Triangle Strategy. I really am. I really am. Because that's the closest we're going to get to Final Fantasy Tactics. It's the closest we're going to get. And I'm hoping that the story is as serious-minded. Like, that it's not just a sort of fantasy good guys do the fantasy thing and save the world story, but that they sort of take the political aspirations of Final Fantasy Tactics and run with that. I really hope so. Am I going to play the 2D HD remake of Dragon Quest III? No. I don't really have any connection to the Dragon Quest franchise. The only one I've ever played is, like, Journey of the Cursed King, which I liked, but I've never played any other Dragon Quest games, so, Have I talked about the Mario animation movie and its cast? Yes, too much. Although most of what I've said is just like, what the fuck is going on? They played us with the Astral Chain Dog and Bayonetta. Yeah, I mean, well, that was... Again, that was just Platinum being Platinum, you know? I've never played with a 64 controller. Is using it as awful as it looks, or is it actually good? It was good for its time, is what I'll tell you, Miguel. It's not... I mean, I assume they're gonna have made some upgrades to the controller before they released, especially to the analog stick, which, like, wore out really quickly. It was good for its time. It was, like, one of the first really successful analog joystick controllers, like, before the PlayStation tried it. So, yeah, I'll say it's good, but, you know, good for the 90s, not good for now. It's good for playing Nintendo 64 games. Like, that's what it's good for. Am I gonna play Metroid Dread? Fuck yeah, I'm gonna play Metroid Dread. Holy shit, yes, I'm gonna play Metroid Dread. Fucking hell yeah, I'm gonna play Metroid Dread. Oh god, I've waited for this since Fusion. Like, and I can't believe that Dread is real. Like, okay, so for people who don't know the history, Metroid Dread is a game that, like, one of the main writers behind Metroid has tried to make for, like, 17 years or something. Like 15, 17, like, a long-ass time. And it was rumored, and there were prototypes made, and, like, people were always, oh, Metroid Dread, yeah, the next one's gonna be Metroid Dread, the next one's gonna be Metroid Dread, the next one, and it's like, for, like, almost, like, 2 decades, people have been saying that over and over again, oh, yeah, Metroid Dread, it's coming, Metroid Dread, it's coming. So it became this meme, like, it became this sort of, like, very niche meme in the Metroid community, like this vaporware, god, V's and W's, man, game that sort of half existed, like a ghost of a game that everyone was sort of waiting for, and now it's finally fucking real. Still debating whether I should play the Super Metroid, the 3DS remake, or just let my Metroid thirst build up. You should play Super Metroid. Like, you should play that. Like, I think that's kind of a foundational text for Metroid. Like, if you want to play a Metroid game that'll get you ready for Dread, play Fusion. Like, because Fusion gives you everything you need to know in order to understand the story of Dread. But if you want to know the vibes, like why Metroid is the way it is, definitely play Super Metroid. Did you notice they seemingly made Samus's armor more feminine in silhouette? Yeah, I mean, that's a process that's been going on for decades, frankly. Actually, let me show you. I might as well. We have the browser. So if you look at Samus as she was presented in art for the NES, it was more or less this. Like, it was this deal, right? Where, like, she had a much more sort of traditionally sort of Space Marine shape. to her design, and was like generally like this is why everyone thought she was male. Like everyone thought Samus was a man, and it was such a huge reveal for a lot of players when they finally saw Samus underneath the power suit. And then like later on, this is for Super Metroid, we got things like this, where like you can see they've narrowed the waist of the armor a little bit to give it a little bit of that hourglass shape. And like at that point, they already sort of started, because everyone knew Samus was a girl, they sort of started, okay, let's hint at that in the character design a little bit more. And that's just continued and continued and continued with every revision of Samus. Her suit and her character design has gotten a little bit more feminine, like a little bit more leaned in, like especially like you look at this one, look how narrow the waist is here. Like just how they've really narrowed in the waist and given her that hourglass shape, sort of really hinting at the femininity underneath. And I don't think that's bad design, especially on the Smash model, you can really see where they're doing it. I don't think that's necessarily bad, because it still looks like cool fucking badass power armor. But the point when it really reached its apotheosis, like that's with Zero Suit Samus. Like once Zero Suit Samus was introduced, that was sort of the point where Samus became fully like a gaming hot girl. In sort of the more traditional sense, and that's the point where we get to see like that's the point where we get to Other M, which focuses so hard on Samus like being a woman. Like Samus is a woman, she's a woman girl, a girl woman who has mother feelings about things, like really just reduced her totally to her gender. So that's a long process that's been going on all throughout the Metroid's history, is like Samus's gender has become more and more and more important to her character design. The hell? Oh my god. God damn it, I should not Google search things like that. Like that's been a long process for Samus, where she's gotten more and more and more feminized as her history has gone on. And I have mixed feelings about it. I actually planned a What's the Deal with Samus video a long time ago that I never made, where I wanted to talk about that thing specifically. Maybe I should revive that project, actually, since Dread is coming around. Might be worth talking about it. Yeah, talking a little bit about, like, how she's changed. Yeah, I probably should. But yeah, we're just hanging out now. The direct is over, so this is just, we're just gonna... Well, actually, why don't I do that? There we go. So this is just hangout time. This music, Caro, is from Loop Hero, which is a very good game, if you're into sort of passive strategy games. Yeah, oh yeah, it's still midnight for me, but I've chucked a whole can of Monster by now, so I'm wired, man. I'm not going to be able to sleep for a while, so we're just hanging out. Oh, my Pokemon trainer art of myself? Yeah. It's been a long time since I've drawn any kind of big illustrations. This one. It's like that's the biggest art piece I've worked on since I stopped doing commissions for a living. That would be my team if I was a hiker. Like, that was the idea of drawing myself as a hiker and, like, imagining what kind of team I'd have. Like, because either I would have 6 Gravelers that all know self-destruct and use it immediately, or I would have that team. Can you tell us which Bayonetta look is your favorite? Ooh, I probably prefer Bayonetta 2. Like, just because that's more my type. It's just, like, that personally appeals to me more. Ooh, I should do some shorts about Bayonetta's character design, shouldn't I? More of my old art? No, you can't see my old art, because I don't show that to anyone. You can't see it. I won't show it to you, because I'm embarrassed of it. But, I guess, oh yeah, I did this thing. I just basically copied the pose of Professor Oak from the original Game Boy game and, like, drew myself in. That's for the thumbnail for my shorts about Pokemon. I drew this wizard. Like, I wanted to play around with geometric shapes, so I made a wizard almost entirely out of triangles. just for fun. I made this thing. I'm doing a... It's not public yet, but over on my Let's Play channel, I'm going to do a Nuzlocke challenge. And I found the artwork of Red as an adult. And I basically just referenced that for the pose to use it in the thumbnail. Here's the one for my Ace Attorney, Great Ace Attorney playthrough. Did that one. Let's see. Did I have anything else? Oh yeah, here's the Monster Hunter one. My little Hollow Knight guy. Did I do anything good in 2020? I don't know. Probably not. Yeah, I didn't do a lot. I did do this. The doll from Bloodborne. But I didn't really draw much, did I? No, I didn't. Yeah, not a lot of art in 2020, and that's about as far back as you're gonna see. Because the rest of it I'm embarrassed of. Are Bayonetta and Astral Chain connected? Not that I know of, but like, it's Platinum Games, they might. Like that trailer for Bayonetta was just full of references to other Platinum games. So, you know. Can't wait for my Bloodborne video. Me neither. I really want to do it, but I need to finish this fucking Sentinels of Light video first. I have so many notes, like, you would not believe, because I had to watch through the entire goddamn visual novel and the Wild Rift visual novel, and, like, I had to go through, like, the comics and try and figure out, like, how much media they published and read the stories, and, like, holy fuck. They put out so much shit for the fucking Sentinels of Light event. And it should have been good. And a lot of it is good. Like, a lot of what they did for Sentinels of Light is actually good. But they fucked up the most important part. Like, so, yeah. Yeah, it's Wallpaper Engine. It's a Dark Souls 2 wallpaper I've got going here. What was my favorite song from Deltarune Chapter 2? That was Killer Queen. The Killer Queen Attacking? Is that what it's called? Like, the boss theme. Because that just goes. That goes so fucking hard. What was the best part of the direct for me? Oh, definitely. Well, I mean, technically I laughed the most at Chris Pratt as Mario, but the best part was Bayonetta. Like, finally getting Bayonetta confirmed. Big Shot is like, yeah, I mean, it's just a personal thing. I don't really like songs with those kind of vocal samples that much. It's like, it's just not, like, just not my speed. It's not a bad song at all, but it's just not my speed compared to Killer Queen. Yeah, all of Twitter must be fucking melting down over the Bayonetta news, finally. Oh, hello, Thick Figale. Thank you. James Corden is Wario, apparently? No, he's not. No fucking way. I'm Googling that right now. Yeah, no, he's not. Fuck you. You made me scared for a second. Twitter is melting down over Chris Pratt. As they fucking should. What the fuck? Did you hear me when that fucking thing got shown? Like, Chris Pratt, what the fuck? Like, of all the actors they could have chosen, Larry David would have been a more natural choice of Mario. Like, what the fuck? Tell me you're going to talk about how badly they treated the Black Rose. No, I mean, what my Sentinels of Light video has, like, I've written, like, 4 scripts for it so far. Like, and thrown them all out because they didn't really get to what I wanted to talk about. I think I have a script that kind of is beginning to work. I still need to work on it. But I don't want to focus in on, like, I don't want to do a nitpick of oh, here's the thing, like, where I nitpick every single thing and go, oh, yeah, this is annoying, this is annoying, this is annoying. I kind of want to try and get to, like, the root problem, like, the underlying problems of why the Sentinels of Light event turned out the way it did, instead of just complaining about each individual piece, because everyone else has done that already. Like, everyone else has, like fucking, where's Yorick? Like, why did they do that thing with the Black Rose? Like, everyone else has already been over that, so I'm going to try and I'm going to try and dig a little deeper. And I don't know if I'm going to succeed, but I'm going to take a shot at it. Keanu Reeves as Luigi. How far am I in Final Fantasy XIV? I have reached Mordona. But I can't remember when those episodes will come out publicly, so... Have I read that one essay on Reddit by Handsome Taco? I don't remember that username. I don't really go on Reddit, Noah, because anytime I go on Reddit, like, there's like a decent chance that I'll see people talking shit about me, and that's just not good for my mental health. Because there's been too many times where, like, I've tried to click on a thread on Reddit and, like, oh, okay, this is an interesting conversation about a thing, and it's like, oh, yeah, I hope TV Scan is going to do a video about that, and, like, 15 replies of people just calling me an asshole, which is not fun, particularly. It's like, you get used to it to a certain extent, but I don't seek it out, you know? It's not fun to use Reddit for me, basically. Any opinion on Vivi driving a cart? I hope he's having fun. Like, I only want good things for my boy. You are not an asshole. Sometimes I am, Mario Sandra. Sometimes I am. I try not to be, but, you know, I'm only human. And I become much more of an I become much more of an asshole if I read, like, hate comments on Reddit. Like, that makes me grumpy and short-tempered and kind of a dick, so I don't do it. Brian David Gilbert is the only man who can play Waluigi. I mean, imagine a Mario movie where Brian David Gilbert plays everyone. That's what I want. That's what I want. In before it's revealed that Chris Pratt has been a giant Mario fan his whole life and can 110% nail the voice. That would be interesting. Like, that would be funny. Like, that would be fun. like if Chris, like, that's the thing, is like, either this movie is gonna be a fucking train wreck, like, either it's gonna be a complete just fucked up disaster, or somehow Miyamoto's gonna pull out a miracle and make a good movie, like, and somehow manage to get Illumination of all studios to make a good movie out of this shit. Like, and Chris Pratt is gonna turn out to be the perfect Mario somehow. like I had, like, there's like a 10% chance like that somehow this turns out to be really good. But probably not. Yeah, the Illumination... Well, I mean, Illumination gets a bad rap because they made the fucking Minions, and, like, everyone fucking hates the Minions, and because they did movies like Sing, like, these sort of very pandering, sort of middle-of-the-road, crowd-pleaser movies and, like, jukebox musicals. And that's fair enough, but they are a good animation studio. Like, Illumination does good animation. They just don't do very good, like, movies. They do good animation, but the movies that they put that good animation in generally aren't that great. So, you know. If this movie fails, Nintendo will pretend they didn't know anything about it. Yeah, I mean, of course they will. Well, no, Odin, actually, they can't, because Miyamoto has been so public about his involvement. Like, he has been the point man, he's taken the lead on it, he has been the face of that thing for Nintendo, so Nintendo can't disavow this movie if it fails. What's in the games folder? I mean, video games? This is like a third of the games I have on my computer. Because, like, most of them, like, on Steam or the Epic Games Store or Stuck in folders all over the place. I don't have any organization. Do you like Caitlyn's arcane face, or do you think it looks too Asian? Not gonna touch that one with a 10-foot pole, Caitlyn. Like, I think she looks like Caitlyn. What's the music you used on the Make Contact montage from Bloodborne? It's in the description of the video, Calico Cat. So if you want to know, it's in the description. Thoughts on the new Valheim update? No, I stopped playing it. I haven't played it in like months and months, so. What do you think about the Monster Hunter movie? I haven't watched it. Because the reviews were terrible. And of course they were, because it was fucking, it's the fucking Resident Evil guy who did it. Thoughts on the repicks of the live action? I don't know what that means, Mud. Resident Evil? Like, are they doing a live action Resident Evil movie again? Because I don't have any opinion on that at all. Who's my dream Smash character? Sora. Sora. I want Sora. I'm not gonna get him because they're never gonna negotiate with Disney for that shit. But I want Sora. I want Sora. What's my favorite Bayonetta design for now? Bayonetta 2, like I said. Like, the 1 and 3 is cool. Like, I really like the variety, but Bayonetta 2 is my favorite Bayonetta design. She's just my type. What's something you're most excited to see in Arcane? Yeah. I mean, that's the question, isn't it? Because, like, I was most excited to see, like, Jinx and Vi have a sisterly relationship. Like, that really complicated, kind of dark sisterly relationship that they've been hinting at. But now that we know that, like, Jace and Victor are in there as well, and, like, Caitlyn is going to play, apparently, a more substantial role than I thought, you know, I'm kind of curious. I'm curious how hard they're going to go on the politics. Because, like, they've teased that. Like, for Arcane, they have teased the politics. Like, they've teased the idea that this is about, like, Piltover and Son at war. Like, about the class conflict between these two cities. And that's something that's something that they can get past the censors. Like, the censors in China are not going to censor that because that aligns with, like, the policy platform of the Communist Party. Like, that's not something that they censor very much. That's actually, that kind of thing is more censored in the West than it is in China, as far as I'm aware. So I'm curious, like, how hard they're actually going to go on those class politics. Like, on that thing about, like, the inequality and, like, the wealth gap between the two cities. Like, how hard they're actually going to explore it. And I think they probably aren't. Like, I think they probably are just going for, like, a personal conflict with, like, a bad guy representing, like, the evil stuff, and then we beat the bad guy and that fixes the bad stuff. Like, that kind of sort of neoliberal personal responsibility infected bullshit. Probably. But, like, I'm curious if there's going to be, like, if they're going to drop some hints about some actual, like, about actually understanding that class is at the heart of the Piltover Zon conflict. Was I shocked seeing Victor's face? No. It looks about right. Like, this is Victor when he's very young. Like, this is Jason Victor at this point are, like, very young men. Like, this is, like, way before he roboticizes himself. I am curious, like, I'm curious about what Victor is gonna sound like. Because, like, in League of Legends, he's like, I am Victor, Herald of the Machines. Like, he's like, very stereotypical Russian villain, yes. The glorious evolution. Like, he's very that. And I kind of feel like he's probably not going to be like that in Arcane. Like, especially given who's playing him. Because, like, I don't think he's going to be, yes, Jace, come in. Let us discuss the latest research that I'm doing. I feel like they're probably not going to play him like that. So I wonder what his voice is going to be like. They're probably just going to make him, like, British, vaguely British. The same as all the people in Piltover. Because that seems like the thing they're going for. Is, like, everyone in Piltover is, like, vaguely sort of upper-class British. And everyone in the Undercity is, like, American and like, bad Cockney accent. When are you gonna make a video about League of Legends politics? I keep planning one, Caro. I keep planning one, but other stuff gets in the way. And also, like, I think about the comments that I'm gonna have to deal with on those videos, and I'm like, like, I want to make them, but I'm not eager about the comments. Like, I'm not eager to deal with them. Jace, I upgraded my body to make my accent Russian. Surely, I am more than human now. Comments off? Yeah, I mean, I might have to. Like, depending on how it shakes out. Ugh. Is it too much of a tangent if I ask you about Lil Nas X? Lil Nas X is gay as hell, and it's fucking cool. Like, he's good. Like, he's fucking good. Like, I'm not, like, necessarily super into his music. Like, it's fine. Like, it's perfectly good. He's got a couple of good songs that I like, but like, as an artist, he's really interesting and cool. Like, that kid knows what the fuck he's doing. And, like, he's a master. Like, he's a master troll. Like, he's so good at internet culture. So, like, I like Lil Nas X. I'm really glad that he's around. He makes pop culture more interesting. I didn't understand the pregnant bit he did in the TikTok. There's nothing to understand. He was just fucking around. Like, he was shitposting. It's a shitpost. Are there any other content creators you would want to collab with? I mean, I'd always be up for a collaboration with Nikrit, or Dinka, or Nicky Boy. But yeah, like, I don't follow that many League of Legends creators because, like, most of them don't really deal with the stuff that I deal with. Like, most League of Legends content creators are like, they're about the gameplay, and I'm not. I am not that. So, you know, like, there's not a lot of content creators that I know about that it would make sense for me to collaborate with. So, you know. He'd probably be up for it if Critical Role invited him for a D&D session. Yeah, I mean, I'd just be starstruck, and also I can't go to LA to film with them. But, like, I do want to play D&D at some point for a series. I do want to do that. I'd love to see you collab on story tropes with, like, Red from OSP. I mean, OSP is a very big channel, and I'm not, so I don't think there's much chance of that, but I would love to collab. Like, if I ever got the chance, I would jump at the opportunity to collaborate with OSP. Absolutely. But that's not happening. Anytime. Like, they have no reason to collaborate with me. Like, I don't get them anything, like, from like a business perspective, and also they don't know me. Like, so, not happening. Same thing with Vati Vidya. Like, I'd probably enjoy collaborating with him on something. I haven't watched his videos, though, because I can't, because I need to be spoiler-free. But, like, once I finish with Dark Souls 3, I guess, I wouldn't mind. But again, he's a much bigger channel than I am. We don't know each other at all. And he has no reason to collaborate with me. Like, he has no reason to care. Oh, hey, Nikki. Jack Black as Bowser. Yeah. You should have been there when I was fucking talking about... I lost my shit when they announced Chris Pratt. Like, I lost my shit. Oh, fucking hell. I'd like you to collab sometime with someone like Dan Floyd on any animation. Yeah, I mean... Oh, fucking hell. Dan Floyd is so good. Like, oh, you need to watch... Like, he's doing a Final Fantasy series now. You need to watch it. You need to watch it. Because, like, Dan Floyd is so fucking good. Like, if I could ever collaborate with him on anything, I'd fucking jump at the opportunity. But, like, he's a professional animator. Like, he used to work for Pixar. You know, like, that man knows his fucking craft. Like, he knows way more about animation than I do. So, like, I don't know what I could bring to it, but, you know, I'd jump at it. I would jump at it, absolutely. Please, quick spam Ivern lines. Yeah. They see you, Nicky boy. Have you given any thought to the next redesigning Blank? Yes, I have one in the works with Apple Cork right now. Building a better... Well, you'll see. But we're working on it. Like, he's pretty busy right now. So, like, it sort of depends on his schedule more than mine. Thoughts on Nikki's art contest? The one where we're drawing monsters? I think that's pretty cool. Like, that's a good way to encourage more monster fan art for League of Legends. I'll be curious to see, like, I'll watch the video about the results. Absolutely. Was Apple Cork the artist you work for with the... yeah, it's both Ash and Janna. Yeah, that's Apple Cork. You figure it's Kaiza, do you? It's not Kaiza. I'll say that. It's not Kaiza. Thoughts on the animation on What If or Star Wars Visions? I haven't watched Visions yet. It only came out, like, today, didn't it? And I only watched the first episode of What If, and it was, like, fine. Like, it wasn't really spectacular as animation goes. But it was fine. Would Skyan do a podcast with Dinka, Nicky Boy, and Crit? Like, I mean, Angular Bubble. I don't think it would be physically possible to get all our schedules to line up for that. I've tried doing a podcast with, like, one person, and getting two people together to record a podcast is fucking impossible sometimes, so good luck coordinating four. Yeah, like, I'm in Europe. Nikki is, like, what... somewhere in the North American continent. Dinka is in Israel. Nikrit is in, like, what is it? God damn it. It's not Hungary, is it? I can't remember. But, like, he's way to the east of me. Have you happened upon Lego Monkey Kit? Yeah. So, Lego Monkey Kit, let me just check. I need to find the name of the... it was created by Flying Bark Productions. And, let's just see if we can find there. And Flying Bark Productions are a fucking god-tier animation studio. Like, they're god-tier animation studio. Like, they've done some absolutely fucking incredible work. Just, like, look up their other stuff. Like, 'cause, like, there's some really cool shit in there. In places that you wouldn't expect, because, like, they haven't done anything that's, like, really sort of high-profile, but, like, they do some cool shit when they get the chance to. Czech Republic. Yeah, he's Czech. That's what it is. Czech. Are you planning on building a better Shyvana? No. That's kind of... The suggestion I have for Shyvana's redesign is really what you saw in my What's the Deal video. Like, that's kind of all I have about her. I don't have a fundamental ground-up redesign for Shyvana in mind. The same way that I did for, like, Ashe or Janna. And... the next one we're doing, like, I'm gonna be rebuilding a champion from the ground up, like, completely throwing out their old design. So, I'm kind of curious how people were gonna react to that one. Building a better Kog'Maw. I mean, maybe someday, but it's not that one, no. If the next 6 champions were all full VGUs, who would you choose? The oldest ones? Like, I would just start at whoever's character model is the oldest and go from there. Which is what Riot should have been doing. Like, I am kind of like, I think this is full-on mismanagement from Riot that they haven't had, like, a proper process for continuously updating their champions over the years. Like, they've gone for this strategy of, like, when they're doing visual updates, they only go for, like, the full visual rebuild with, like, lore and, like that full, like, that big sort of launch event where they launch it like it's a new champion, basically. Because, again, Riot is like, oh, well, that creates the most engagement. Which is like, fuck you. Like, I don't give a shit about your engagement numbers. I care about the game being properly maintained, and what they should have been doing is, like, they should just been updating the champions quietly in the background, giving them new character models, giving them new animations, going on, like, as we go along, instead of doing, like, trying to turn them all into these big release events, because they're so obsessed with pumping up their fucking engagement numbers that it actively destroys, like, it actually hinders them in maintaining their fucking game. Like, Cillian should not still be in the game the way that he looks. Like, he shouldn't be there. He shouldn't. He looks like garbage. He looks like shit compared to what the rest of the game looks like. They should just have replaced the character model. Like, they do this for skins all the time. For skins, they create a new character model, they create a new animation rate, they create a new set of animations for the characters for legendary skins. They should have done that continuously over time for all the old champions instead of doing these big, like, relaunch events for old champions. Like, it's so toxic to the game, like, in terms of its longevity and like, its sustainability. And Riot doesn't give a shit because the only thing they care about is whether or not this thing that they did generates engagement numbers. And, like, low-key, small sort of, like, updates and continuous polishing of characters, that's not going to create engagement. Like, people are not going to buy new skins for that. So Riot doesn't care about it. They don't do it. And, like, yeah, it's like, as Petit Duckling says, it's embarrassing. Like, some of the old characters in League of Legends are embarrassing. It's embarrassing that they're still in the game. Like, fucking Blitzcrank and Malphite, they had to remake them for Wild Rift because they knew that putting the base PC League of Legends models for Blitzcrank and Malphite in Wild Rift would just be embarrassing. Like, it would just be embarrassing. Because they look they look like shit. They were okay in, like, 2008, but they look like shit now. And Riot, like, the fact that this $1.5 billion company with 110 million monthly players, or whatever fucking insane stats they have, can honestly look us in the eye and say that they give a shit about the quality of their game when they just let that shit fester and just let it sit there and go, oh, well, we can't really justify committing the resources to it. Fuck you. Yes, you can. Like, fuck, if you wanted to do it, you would have done it. If you wanted to, you would have done it. The reason you're not doing it is because you don't want to. You don't feel like you're being forced to, so you don't do it. And that's not the fault of the champion designers. Like, that's not the fault of Reeve. That's not the fault of the designers of the team. That's management. That's leadership. Leadership makes the priorities for what the company is going to be working on, and the designers don't get a fucking choice in that. They just don't. Yeah, Nidalee also... It's embarrassing that Nidalee is still in the game the way that she looks, because she's a fucking colonialist stereotype. Like, she's the sexy jungle woman from all of the colonialist, like jungle fever literature. Like, it's embarrassing that that shit is still in there. Have you seen the League of Legends launcher? Maybe make them fix that first before going for the champs. Those aren't the same teams, Lucas. Like, that doesn't really make sense. Like, the people who work on the launcher are not the same people who work on the champions. So that's not really a valid criticism. Like that one is not a good critique to say, oh, well, how can they still work on the skins when the balance is bad? Like, it's not the same people. Like, you can't take the people who do skins and make them work on balance. That doesn't work. But, yeah, I mean, it's just, like, Riot's priorities. Like, their priorities are so garbage. They're shit. Their priorities are shit. And that's something I'm going to talk about in my Sentinels of Light video. Like, that, I'm going to get into that about their priorities and how Riot's priorities fucked up the Sentinels of Light event. Like, that event got fucked up not because of the writers, who did the best they could with the circumstances that they were given. It didn't get fucked up because, like, of the artists or whatever. It got fucked up because management set some priorities that made it fucking impossible to do a good event. Just impossible to do a good event. Like, all of it. Like, all of it, from the choices that, from the people who got skins, from the way that the visual novel was put together, all of it was because of the way that Riot itself prioritized its resources. The writers did what they could, and they didn't always do the best work ever. But it can't, like, the core reason, and that's what I'm going to argue in the video, the core reason is that Riot's priorities were garbage. What Voidborn would you like a novel about? Probably Kha'Zix? Probably the one who's closest to being an actual character. Either him or Vel'Koz. Like, they're the only two who really have agency. Here's my counter-argument that I have in the new video I'm working on. Sure, new champions is gonna go for the profit in the short term, but maintaining old stuff will be good in the long term. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, they're gearing up for a fucking MMO, right? Like, Riot wants us all to buy into an MMO about their fucking universe in like 5 to 10 years, right? Like, whenever the fuck that thing comes out. That means that right now, they need to get us to care about their fictional universe. Like, they need to get us to care about these stories, about these characters, and they're not doing that because they're throwing out goodwill left and right in order to sell more skins, in order to get more engagement numbers. And you're completely right that long-term, that's terrible for the game's health. Like, that's terrible for the IP. Like, you're not going to get people to invest in your fucking MMO, which is a big fucking project that's going to cost you a lot of money, and if that flops, you're going to lose, like, you're going to make some investors really unhappy. If you want us to get us to care about that, that has to happen now. Like, now is when you have to lay the groundwork for that. Now is when you have to actually put in the work of getting us to give a shit. Otherwise, by the time the MMO comes out, no one cares about the characters. No one cares about the lore. And that's the thing I fear. That's the thing I fear about the MMO, is that by the time the MMO rolls around, there's going to be like 230 champions in the game, and none of their stories are going to have been followed up on. And like, there's going to be all this like old non-canon lore just kind of hanging around. And so like half of the MMO's lore is just going to be like retconning all the old shitty lore into something that kind of works. And we're not going to get any new stories. We're just going to get this MMO that's just 90% fucking retcons of other lore that already exists, because they haven't done maintenance on their universe. Which is my bitterness with Riot. Like, I'm so bitter with them because they just fired, like over half of the writers on League of Legends proper have been fired or moved to other projects. They went from like 12 full-time staff writers to 5 on the team, something like that. And they just don't do maintenance. They don't do maintenance on their stories. They don't do maintenance on their characters. They don't do maintenance on their character models. They don't do it because the only thing Riot's management gives a shit about is making engagement number go up. Like, anything that doesn't make engagement number go up doesn't get priority. It just doesn't get valued at Riot. And it's so shitty. Because, like, as Dark Prince points out, Pentakill did well, yeah, but that's because, like, internally at Riot, there are people who have been fighting so fucking hard for Pentakill. Like, people have fought so hard for it, for getting it out. And it's also because Pentakill is something that makes the engagement numbers go up, but which is also just good, you know? But Pentakill is like a passion project. It's like something like, there's some people who are in pretty damn senior positions at Riot who like Pentakill personally, and they fight for it. That's why we get it. That's why Pentakill still exists, is because people in senior management positions, people who hold some power in the company, are protecting it and making sure that it keeps happening. Like, people like Preco, who's also in charge of the Arcane animated series, like, who's an old hand at Riot and has a lot of clout in the company, he's one of the people who's championing Pentakill. And like KDA, by the way, did you know KDA, that project, like there was so much resistance to KDA internally at Riot. Like management, a lot of the people in like the upper echelons of the company were like, oh, K-pop, like gamers don't like K-pop. Like there's a lot of that sort of old, crusty boomer gamer resistance bullshit, like people doubting it as like, oh, this is like a weird experiment, it's never gonna take off, it's never gonna do anything. And then it became like a fucking #1 hit, right? Like KDA was not a project that people at Riot like had full faith in across the whole company. That was a passion project. That was a team of people pushing that through really hard. And now that it's successful, now that it's like the most successful thing Riot has ever done, oh, there are people in management who are claiming credit for that shit. But it was not like, it was not something that was like internally like, yeah, we're gonna push this, we're gonna go real hard on it, we're gonna care a lot about it. No. It's like, no, that was a passion project that got out despite everything. And it's the same thing with like the visual novels, like, because like internally at Riot, and I'm gonna talk about that in my video also, but like putting visual novels in League of Legends is a passion project internally at Riot. Like there's a small group of people internally at Riot who have pushed for this for years and years, that Riot should make visual novels about their characters, to do storytelling for them. And there's been pushback, and there's been pushback, and there's been pushback. There's been like executives who don't want to listen, who think like, oh, this is not going to resonate with our core audience, blah, 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 blah. And then finally they got to do Spirit Blossom. Like finally they managed to push through Spirit Blossom, and it was a huge hit. And so then when the next big lore event rolls around, management says, oh yeah, visual novels, Spirit Blossom, that worked really well. Let's do that again. Even though this is a completely different event and a completely different story, where maybe a visual novel is not the best way to fucking express it. And no, you're not going to get a bigger budget, and you're not going to get more, like, development time. No, you get this, like, my sense of the visual novel is that it was developed with not a lot more resources than they got for Spirit Blossom. Like, and again, that's Riot's fucking priorities. Like, the way that they prioritize their resources is short-sighted and data-driven, as they like to say, which is to say that they look at a graph that they've decided is important and go, this graph is not going up, that means the thing is bad. So yeah, I have a lot of grievances with Riot that I'm gonna air in that video. I should go write that video. I should go continue writing that script, because I need to get it done before the end of the month so that it can get a sponsorship on it. I don't want to miss that deadline. I really, because if I can't finish my Light Sentinels video before the deadline, I have to make another video really quickly, because I am under contract. So yeah. I'm getting it done first this time. Do you want to race me, Nikki? Do you want to race me? I have until the end of the month. If you can do it before then, you'll probably beat me to it. It's 2 a.m. How can you be this energetic? Whole fucking can of Monster, my friend. That's how I'm so energetic. Also, Chris Pratt as Mario. Like, that juiced me up pretty hard. Chris Pratt is Mario. Chris Pratt is Mario. Chris Pratt is Mario. Mario is Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt is Mario. Hey! Yeah, that's not a thing that's supposed to happen. I don't understand this timeline at all. Yeah, well, do I think Riot watch your videos? I don't think the whole company does, but I know that Rioters do. Like, I know that there are people at Riot who watch, probably not all of my videos, but they watch some of my videos. Like, the people who, like, broadly speaking, the people who are responsible for a product will watch content creators' videos about that product. Like, they'll go on YouTube and they'll search for what are content creators doing about our product. So, like, If once I do a video for the Sentinels of Light event, probably the people who are involved with the Sentinels of Light event, certainly the community specialists at Riot, will probably watch it and like include it in like their internal data about the response to the event and so on. Like, I know that some Rioters watch my videos for fun, and some of them do it because it's their job. Like, it's their job to watch content creator videos. Did you see Dinka got LPP? Yeah. And good for her, frankly. His fucking least Riot could do after breaking her heart like that. Jesus Christ. Like, no one got more hurt by the Sentinels of Light event than Dinka. Like, god damn. That hit her hard. And I understand. Like, I completely get it. Because, like no one was more invested in, like, Viego and the Ruined King thing than she was. And, like, just to see it come crashing down like that, oof. Like, that's a rough fucking thing to have to go through with something that you love this much. Any thoughts on Valorant? No. I don't play tactical shooters, so I don't... Like, I keep meaning to do videos about the character design in Valorant, but I just, like, I have so much other work that I need to do that I never find the time. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, Nicky Boy. Like, I don't think I'm a good fit for the partner program. Like, in terms of, like, what Riot wants. Because, like, I don't do gameplay content at all. Like, at all. At most, I do gameplay content for, like, Legends of Runeterra on my Let's Play channel with, like, 12,000 subscribers. So, like, I just don't think I'm a good fit for it from their perspective. Like, I don't think they're gonna get that much out of making me part of the partner program. I think you're a good fit, though. Like, I think you should get it, but I just don't think I'm a good fit. Yeah, I mean, I would take the skin codes. I would definitely take the skin codes and just, like, throw them out on my Discord for people. Happily. I would happily do that. But, like, again, I just don't think from their perspective I'm a good fit with my content. Because, like, they want... LPP is for people who do gameplay content primarily. Which is bullshit, because they shouldn't... Like, it should be way wider. But, again, it's Riot's priorities. Did I see that they're hiring the Witcher 3 quest designer for the MMO? Yeah, I mean... I hear the Witcher 3 quests are good. So, hopefully that'll make the MMO compelling. Riot did gift you Legends of Runeterra. Yeah, for the Rising Tides expansion, they gifted me like a bunch of wild cards for that expansion. But that was because I was doing content about it on my main channel, you know. Do you think they'll make rated R League of Legends content? Not in the next 5 to 10 years, no. My heart. I don't think they will, because, like, as we saw with Wild Rift, League of Legends is targeting a young audience. Like, they're not targeting older audiences. Like, generally speaking, as people get older, they move away from League of Legends. Like, it has a very young fan base, and they are targeting younger. Like, they want to get kids into League of Legends. So, R-rated content for League? Probably not a priority for the company. For Legends of Runeterra, it's not even necessary. You can unlock all cards pretty easily. I mean, yeah, if you've been playing since day one, you can. But if you're starting Legends of Runeterra now, it's gonna take you a while. But no, it's definitely better than pretty much any other collectible card game in terms of like how well, I won't say generous because like you pay with your time, but it's like they don't make it frustrating to earn cards at least. Like they've managed to strike a good balance on that one. Dota is going that R-rated route. Yeah, that's one of the ways they try to differentiate themselves from League. Like, they try to go more R-rated, try to go more sort of adult than League of Legends, which is more of a cartoon. And that's just part of their marketing strategy, you know? And that's Dota has done that since the beginning. Like, since the beginning, Dota has sort of marketed itself as the more serious, like the more serious, the more hardcore, like the more, the denial mechanics, more technical. Like, they've done that since the beginning. And League of Legends has always been the more accessible, sort of casual, friendly version of the MOBA. Like, I mean, nothing about League of Legends is very friendly anymore, but, like, fucking hell, all chat, like, goddamn. Watching other people play, just the shit that people say, holy shit. Have you seen Rune Arcana? Like, I got the creator of Rune Arcana keeps tweeting at me, like, just a lot. Like, ooh, have you seen the thing? Have you seen the thing? Could you review the thing? And I never respond to it because, like, I don't do tabletop content on my channel, so, like, what am I supposed to do with it? But yeah, like, I kind of wish he would stop tweeting at me about it, because, like, if I haven't responded by now, please take the hint. I'm just gonna have to say, no, please stop tweeting at me at some point. Don't tweet at him for me. Like, if you see him tweeting at me, don't do it. Like, leave him alone. This was not a call out. Like, that's just voicing a frustration. Leave it alone. Don't speak for me. I hate that I have to say that, but, you know. What character would you like to have seen become a Sentinel? I mean, I kind of wish Garen would have been the Demacia rep instead of Vayne. I kind of wish that Darius had been the Noxus rep rather than Riven. Kind of wish that Yorick had been the Shadow Isles rep instead of Gwen. You know, there's, like... The trouble with Sentinels is, like... well, I'm gonna save that for the video, but, like... I'm not entirely unsympathetic to Riot for the choices that they made for Sentinels, just because of the way that skins work within the game. It's just the way they handled the storytelling around it was bad. Samira would have made more sense for Noxus. Yeah, I mean, kinda. But it's more about, like, it's more about the composition of the characters as a group dynamic. Because, like, for me, I just don't feel like Sentinel Vayne... At least the way it played out, Sentinel Vayne was a very abrupt change for the character. Because, like, Vayne, in her lore, up until the Sentinel bit, up until then, she was a blood psychopath. Like, she was... If she sees a monster, she will murder them on the spot. Like, she was the Punisher. Like, she was that level of just, like, instant murder of innocents if she feels like she's decided that she wants to kill them. And so, her turn in Sentinels of Light was very, like that, on the spot. And again, this comes down to Riot's lack of maintenance, because, like, if Riot had kept Vayne's story up to date, and if they'd, like, made, like, 10 or 15 stories over the last 10 years, where we saw her, like, change slowly, like, being challenged and changing her mind a little bit and softening up maybe a little bit, and then we get to the Sentinels event and it's like, okay, this is the point of transformation where she actually chooses to be more tolerant. Like, if there had been, like, a lead up in her character arc to it, it could probably have worked. But because Vayne just got, like, a lore story, like, 8 years ago, and then they did fuck all with her for, like, a half a decade, all of a sudden the Sentinels event comes around and Vayne is just like, I have changed my entire personality now. In a way that would make sense. Like, that could make sense if they actually did the work of writing a story that leads her to that point, but they didn't. So, And that's the thing about the Sentinels event, like, it keeps asking you to suspend your disbelief. Like, it keeps asking you to, okay, just go with it. Like, okay, Vayne is a Sentinel now. Like, okay, little out of character, but just go with it. And then, like Karma gets ruined by Viego, and Viego ruins the entire spirit of Vionia because he has, like, god-like levels of power, and it's like, hey, just go with it, just go with it, just go with it. And then he fucking ruins Mount Targon, and somehow just revives an aspect because that's a thing he can do with as though Pantheon has a soul that he can, like, whatever. Like, but just go with it. Just go with it. Like, it keeps asking you to just go with it. Just roll with it. We'll explain it later. Like, just roll with it. Just suspend your disbelief. And you can only do that so many times. Like, you can only do that, like, up to a certain point until people go, no, this is bullshit. You're pulling this shit out of your ass. Like, you have... Stop telling us to just roll with it and actually, like, give us a... Like, you have to write a story that makes sense. You can't tell us to just keep suspending disbelief. And that's another problem with the Sentinels of Light event and the way that they use the visual novel is that even if the writers wanted to, like the writers wanted to, I assure you, I guarantee you that the writers wanted to do so much more with all of this. But because of the structure of the visual novel and because of the way that Riot was using it, that opportunity, like they couldn't. Like they had to do this. They had to write it that way. Because that was the only fucking way to do the things that management said that they had to do. Graves' motivation makes sense. Yeah, Graves is like a good Sentinel. I like Sentinel Graves. Like, that's a good choice. That's a good decision. I would have liked Ruined Twisted Fate to go with him, but, you know, can't have everything. Don't worry, this will be undone by the end, so just roll with it and we don't have to explain anything. Yeah, I mean, that's the vibe. That's the vibe of Sentinels of Light, is like, none of this is going to be canon in the long run, so just fucking, like a crossover event in Marvel Comics, like, where it's like, oh, big crossover event in Marvel Comics, we'll just restore the status quo in, like, 2 issues, so don't worry about it. Like, it's that feel. Sentinel Graves is only so beloved because Graves' model and voice are a decade old. I mean, that's probably part of it. But like, I think Sentinel Graves makes sense. Like, he's one of the story choices that makes more sense, structurally speaking. Like, because the Sentinels of Light are supposed to work like a heist. Like the Sentinels of Light are supposed to be structured kind of like a heist movie where they're racing Viego to like steal all these special items from the thing. It's supposed to be structured around a heist, so they're building this team of like weird misfits that don't really fit together and have this like diverse skill set, and they can all do different things. And like Graves kind of works in that context. It's like he's like the criminal mind that they need in order to do their heist things. Like, that makes sense to me. That's where Pike is like more of a what the fuck is Pike doing here and what the fuck is Rengar doing here. Like, where they don't really fit into that dynamic. But, like, Graves and Vayne fit into that. Like, Riven and Irelia fit into that. Like, from that perspective, they work structurally, but... Yeah. Also, Pike not being a psychotic murderer because Ilaoi said Viego is at the top of your list was pretty dumb. Yeah, I mean, that's, again, the thing of, like... The Sentinels of Light event also got screwed because the Ruined King game didn't come out first. Like, the Ruined King game was probably supposed to lay a lot of the groundwork for Sentinels of Light. Like, it was supposed to do a lot to build up the story before the visual novel. And because the game got delayed, I think the visual novel had to be rewritten a lot to sort of account for all the things that the Ruined King game didn't explain. So like there's also that kind of fucks them over, like, because Misfortune's storyline in the visual novel is 100% so fucked up because the Ruined King game was supposed to lay the groundwork. Like, the Ruined King game was supposed to justify why Misfortune turns the way she does. And because it didn't come out, Misfortune's story just feels like a slap in the face. Like a complete character assassination. Like, God, that Bilgewater chapter was stupid. Like, just... Like, having Misfortune act that way. And again, it would probably have been a lot better if the Ruined King game had come out, but it didn't. So, we have to judge it for what it is. And what it is bad. Really, really bad. Just very bad. Like, one of the strongest female characters in the game, and her story is all like, oh, Viego, please, I'm so scared of Gangplank. Please penetrate me with your big, long, hard sword. Like, so I don't have to be scared anymore. I'll serve you. Like, because you can get Misfortune there. Like, again, like with Vayne, you can show that Misfortune is so desperate, like that she's been put in a situation where she's so desperate that Viego's mind-controlling influence can make her do that. Sure, you can get her there, but the Ruined King game didn't come out, so she didn't get there first, and now it just plays out like this character assassination. Like, just like she's such a weak coward. Like, that's how she plays in the fucking visual novel. She's just a coward. She's just a weak, like, insecure coward, which is like, fucking hell, that's Misfortune. Yeah, she got other M'd, like, kinda, yeah, it's like, Yeah, I mean, bleh. It's... Burning Tide still canon? Yes. Yes, it is. I hear people quit because of how they treated her. You mean rioters quit over it? I don't know what you've heard. I haven't heard that. Could you tell me where you heard that, Nightpunk? What if they're planning on using the Ruined King into retcon the Ruination event? I think that's partly what they're doing. Like, I think that's partly why the game is being delayed, is so that they can do a little bit of... Like, they can try and sort of massage things. You heard it on Twitter. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, don't believe everything you hear on Twitter. So that you can try and massage things into shape. Like, I think they're probably rewriting the Ruined King game to try a little bit to sort of... To make the Sentinels of Light event less shit. Like, I think that's what's happening with the game now, that it's, like, been delayed so long anyway. Which, you know, maybe that works out, maybe that doesn't. You know. Am I gonna play Eastward? No, I don't have time. I'm still here waiting on the fighting game announcement. Yeah, you'll be waiting for a while for that one, Kamikaze, for you. Like, Project F and Project L, they're far away. Like, we're not hearing anything about those for, like, a while. If anything, like, I think Riot showed them off way too early. Like, but they wanted to show them at the 10th anniversary event, like, but they showed them too early. Like, we're not going to hear anything about them for a long time. How would I improve on Gwen's design? I wouldn't do much. Like, mostly I'd just give her a slightly more explicit puppet anatomy. I'd just make her slightly more explicitly a puppet, rather than, like, just a human girl, but that's it. Have a good rest of the stream. Yeah, thank you, Nikki. I'm probably going to end the stream in just a second, because I need to write my script as well. I'm sure they mentioned they were showing Project L near the end of the year. Okay. Yeah, that would be good. Be nice to hear about it. Have I done the other route on Deltarune? Nope, and I won't ever, because that will make me sad. How far are you in Ace Attorney? Can't wait for the next episode. You're gonna wait for a while, Caro, because I've stopped recording anything except Skyward Sword for a while, because I need to work on my main channel, and I just don't have time to maintain the videos on the gameplay channel. Like, Skyward Sword will still come out. My Pokemon Nuzlocke videos will still come out, because other people are editing those for me. But it's gonna be a while before you see any more Ace Attorney. Gonna be a while before... Well, I have a lot of Final Fantasy 14 videos queued up, so you'll see those for a while. But I'm gonna have a break from most of it. So that'll be a while. I have to deprioritize it because it's been taking too much of my time. Which sucks. But there's only so many hours in a day. Anyway. I think I'm going to cut the stream here. And thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to eat my dinner. And I'm going to work on my script until I get tired. And then I'm going to go to bed. So yeah. have a good night, everybody. Thanks for watching this insane direct with me. Chris Pratt is Mario. Jesus Christ.